Good day, viewers. Walter here. It's been a good week and over a week since I did my last vlog, and I'll explain. I've had a few medical issues. I'm continuing to have the medical issues, and I'm not making this video to complain about them, but it's basically a medical update. I told you last time my back was hurting. Well, I went the very next day to the, let's see, I think that was probably Monday or Tuesday. I got up and called the orthopedic doctor, and they took me right in. And I told you before, I'd been taking some, I had I don't know, probably a dozen oxycodones. I had been taking them for a week, putting off going to the doctor. Well, my back got to hurting so bad I can't get up and down off the bed. It's hurting right now, it's just standing. But it's worse when you get up and down. You can get kind of sedentary in a sitting position in the chair and get fairly comfortable with the aid of Tylenol. And those pain pills definitely helped as far as the pain. But I thought I'd explain why I hadn't been making any videos. I've made, I don't know, 8 or 9 shorts this week, but that ain't nothing. I do that with my cell phone, sitting in my easy chair. You can't do that with a desktop. You have to go to sit to a computer desk for an hour and a half, 2 hours to do a video, and I ain't got that in me. Anyway, I went to the orthopedic doctor. They did x-rays to make sure. I was concerned that all them pins, when I fell in last July and broke my hip. I'll show you a picture in the video here today of what the pin looks like in my leg. Hardware, whatever you want to call it. And I was afraid I might have bent some of it, but he said no, that's okay. But what I've done is cracked a vertebrae in my spine, a hairline crack or something like that in my spine. He said maybe it'll quit working and quit hurting in a couple of weeks. Well, I told him right off the bat I had popped some oxycodones, and they seemed to help some, and I needed a prescription. And I said, the Tylenols ain't cutting it. They ain't doing diddly. So he prescribed me something called Tramadol. And first of this week, I started popping them Tramadols, and they just make you high as a kite. I'm trying to force myself to get these tomatoes done, but I don't know if I'll finish or not. But I'll talk to you about my vlog before I have to go sit down. We've got 2 tall sunflowers growing here. Got my nozzle replaced. We went to Walmart to get prescriptions filled, and I put up with the pain to go in, walked in the door at Tractor Supply and said, give me another nozzle. This one you gave me didn't last a month. So they gave me a replacement nozzle, which I thought was mighty kind of them, since I paid $15 for the darn thing. But this handle broke off right across there just from squeezing, and it shouldn't do that. I ain't got time to stand here no more. I gotta go sit down. I'm losing my train of thought here. Anyway, we're gonna try to get these plants watered. The last 2 days, the last 3 days, I have sedentary in my chair, doing little of anything. I should have came out and watered my plants yesterday, but I couldn't do it. Oh, I need to get out here and bend over and trim these suckers and stuff off them tomato plants. That ain't gonna happen. Let's see if I can sit down here without jarring myself. Ooh, I gotta get comfortable. They definitely need trimming, but at least we'll give them a drink. Oh, where was I? Oh, I'm not telling you these medical conditions to ask for any sympathy or anything else. Many of you wish me to feel better, but I certainly hope I do. I sure need to do some weeding. Anyway, I'm taking this Tramadol all this week, and then I realized I haven't been having bowel movements. I thought about it, and I'd been right at 3 days with no bowel movement. Oh Lord! And I looked on Google, and sure enough, this Tramadol will constipate senior citizens. And that's what I got to admit I am now, a senior citizen. And falling on my ass and hurting my back again certainly didn't eliminate the possibility that I'm a senior citizen, because I'm feeling every bone in my body right now. Anyway, I got concerned. I've never gone that long without. I've always been regular. So I started popping stool softeners and chewable things to make you go to the bathroom. And yesterday I popped 3 Dulcolags. And I figured if it wasn't better by today, which is Monday, that I was going to go to the doctor again. But I finally started having bowel movements after 4 days. That's enough on that subject. But I'm still having cramps and soreness in my kidney area. I don't know if I bruised my kidneys or what when I fell on so hard, but urination's been a problem too. It's kind of difficult. So it was 3 days ago that I realized about the Tramadol, and I've already taken quite a few of them. I was doing them as you're supposed to every 6 hours. So I quit them, and it was, 2 days before I started having success again. So if anybody's taking Tramadol, I don't advise it. I need to stand here and let these get waterlogged with water, but I can't take it no more. I gotta get out there and do my other ones, because I'm gonna have to get my hind end back in the house. What else can I talk about? Got some tomatoes there, about the size of tennis balls. Now these probably not quite as far along as the ones I got out back. I got some brown darkened leaves at the bottom. I don't know if that's from water damage or what, but like I say, I need to be trimming them tomato plants, and I'm not going to get it done. Maybe we'll make some tomatoes, maybe we won't. I think I saw a couple of little squashes out there. We'll look when we get out there. Let's just hook up the other hose. Sounds like a blue jay. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay. Ooh. Get up, Walter. This sitting is killing you. Where is you? I see him hopping around up there. I almost bet that's a blue jay. Could be a mockingbird. Wherever he is having a fit. If I get bending over or standing or in one place too long, it'll go to aching like crazy. And I'm hoping that within the next couple of weeks I'll quit hurting. I know many of you have had your share of back problems and you know what I'm going through. Oh yeah, look at there. 2 little squashes on that plant. I don't know if my camera's picking them up or not. Got plenty of blooms. I need to pick them up and start moving them away from the other vines. Nice little squash right there. We'll be picking that booger bear in a week. Well, ain't that pretty? Oh my goodness, that hurts. When you're young and you hear old people complain about their rheumatism or their aches and pains, you don't think much about it. It'll never happen to me. That's the way I always thought. I'm a young spring chicken and I'll always be spry. You gotta think twice. Well, I can't blow that. This wind's going the other way. Drop it down there and do some water. Oh, I gotta get comfortable for a minute. I was going to talk about some things and it's eluding me. So busy talking about my medical problems. Run the hot water out of this hose before I start squirting my vegetables. It's full of air. I brought my sprayer out here because I thought I might see some Japanese beetles, but I don't. I see some cotton picking dog fennels coming up over there. Somebody told me on one of my comments on my dog fennel video that they'll keep other insects away. I think I'm going to keep my dog fennels. Maybe they'll keep the Japanese beetles away. Sure couldn't hurt much. I'll water them too. Trying to get in just the right position and it ain't working. Anyway, they had to have a drink. I've made a half a dozen, probably 8 or 9 shorts this week. I don't know if I'll get around to sitting to the computer long enough to put this vlog up or not. If I do, it won't be very little editing done. I'll just have to put it up raw footage. I think these squashes need a good drink, so I'll stick it out and give them a good drink. And cucumbers are blooming. I wanted to tie them up, but if I have to, I'll just get them all trained to run over here across the ground. I didn't intend to do much of a garden this year, but I got out here and got to digging, and next thing I know, I had this crazy 4-foot garden. Well, it's probably 8 foot by 4 foot. I did a lot of tomato plants, and like I told you a while ago, they turned in brown. I don't know what's causing it, but the tomatoes look good on them. Grass is going to need cutting. I ain't able to sit on the lawnmower right now. Funny, I get more comfortable sitting just like this in a relaxed position than I do up walking around. The hardest part is when you lay down. You get real comfortable. It don't hurt too awful bad laying down once you get settled. But getting back up, oh Lord, in the morning, it is something awful. I had to get up in the middle of the night to go to the little boy's room. That's a trip I don't look forward to every night. Anyway, some of you young viewers out there, take care of your backs and your other aches and pains, because they will catch up. I was thinking last night about all the times I've been hurt during my lifetime, and I've been hurt a lot. I've had just about any injury you can think of, but I always recuperated from it. Here a few years ago, I got a ruptured appendicitis, and I've been kind of going downhill ever since. But I keep plugging. Each time I think I'm out of the game, I get it and I just keep going. And I ain't ruled myself back in the game yet with this back hurting like it is. But we're sure trying. Watching old George, the shade tree fix-it man out there. He's like me. He's getting to be a senior citizen. But he don't stop. He's still going. He's out there building himself a shed. I wanted to build a shed on the back of this boathouse. And I was going to get around to it, you know, like a lean-to on the other side, where I could park all my lawnmowers and stuff in there. But I got to admit, a lot of these projects I wanted to do will never get done. I turned 76 here recently. I sure hope I'm around for 86. All right, Walter, you got to force yourself to get up and do them other tomato plants and get our butt back in the house. I'm trying to think what else I wanted to talk to y'all about. I guess I could just do a voiceover if I think of something else. Right now, all I'm taking is Tylenol. I had two Tylenols at 5 o'clock this morning. I had 2 Tylenols at 1:30 this afternoon. And it's right at 6 o'clock now. I took 2 about 15 minutes ago because I knew I was coming out here. Boy, that ought to be a good healthy drink for him now. Got to get up and do my gold zucchinis and those 2 tomato plants up there by the battery box. on. Damn Japanese beetle just landed on my ear. I don't believe it. I think he's trying to tell me something. Landed right on my cotton picking ear. Anyway, I stomped on him. Might get some thunderstorms tomorrow, but there ain't no guarantee we'll get any of them. Tomatoes need a really good water and soaking to get down deep, but I ain't got the time to stand here and do it. I appreciate y'all listening to my vlog today, although I didn't have nothing important to say. But I will eventually get back to doing some projects, hopefully. Don't y'all give up on Pwalpar. We ain't went nowhere yet. We just kind of sedentary right now. We'll catch y'all later.